What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Now, guys, I want to talk about the canceling of Kanye West, which in my honest opinion is very, not the same, obviously, but, you know, I guess what we can see and kind of relate it to is like the canceling of people like, let's say, Sneeko, Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels before he passed, right? There was outrage on the things that they were talking about. And of course, Kanye has been getting some support from people, especially in the black community, as far as what Kanye has been saying about the Jewish community and stuff like that. But obviously, the Anti-Defamation League is nothing to play with, right? And they're powerful. They're asking Adidas to end their relationship with Kanye. Adidas is being silent. Kanye West has boasted that, hey, Adidas can't cancel me. You can try whatever you want. Now, remember, he has a lot of his money based in the Yeezy brand. He's been dropped by Balenciaga. Also, there is the CAA talent agency that has dropped Kanye West. But people are talking about that, Kanye is spitting the truth. He's talking facts. He's spitting truth, okay? Now, many people were saying the same thing about Andrew Tate. Kevin was never canceled because Kevin never really told the line, but, kind of the way that people wanted to see Kevin, and as much as they hated him, it wasn't plausible to see that Kevin might face this kind of scrutiny had he still been living, right? And I want to talk to people because we're looking for the truth. Whatever you think the truth is, okay? Malcolm X spoke the truth. Martin Luther King spoke the truth. But there is something that you got to understand. Debates, vocalities, telling people how you feel and your thoughts is different than what you need to do to change things. And I want to talk to black men about that because, and men in general, we want to urge our differences with racism, with black women, with feminism, and just tell the truth. But what you got to understand is there is no truth without power behind it. Who has the power can control what can be your true outcome. For example, I'm in East Africa right now. I'm in Africa. Certain countries in Africa are under dictatorship. I watch documentaries on people who have left the countries that I'm in right now, and they say some things definitely that I see is true. The reality is that those people can't come back to those countries. You could talk about a lot of truth in Nigeria. Doesn't change the outcome. What changes the outcome for people who want to see change? You do it with your work. John Henry Clark talks about the rebuilding of Japan after World War II, how they were decimated. And I know people are going to say, everything in the book like, well, they got aid, they got all these things. The difference is that they actually put in the work, put in the time to develop their products, become industry leaders, to work with their people, to achieve certain things. And now that's who they are. LGBT does the same thing. The Jewish community does the same thing. And a lot of us, we want to be out there like Dr. Umar. We want to be out there like Kanye, like Malcolm X. And I love those people for what they've done as far as speaking out against. And I'm talking about as far as what they want to talk about. And I'm really referring to Malcolm X and people like that, right? But the reality is that if you don't have power, the people who rooting for you will let you sit there and die. There are certain things I want to say, and I don't, because the power is in working with your people to achieve the results you are looking for. Like right now, we talk about, reparations. We have many things. We're talking about racism. We have to actually be intellectually capable of supporting our businesses, funding our businesses, solving our issues. You can say whatever you want to say, but your opinion not gonna mean nothing. And then if you start doing that, then you get blackballed. And some people are not gonna like that. Some people want to be able to have a free speech and say whatever you want to say. Brother, I'm here today to tell you in America, ain't no such thing as free speech. You can think what you want to think about free speech. There is no free speech. Shout out to Brother George Macon. I was talking to him about that the other day. Ain't no free speech in America, bro. And it definitely in certain parts of the country, Turkey, ain't no free speech. When you want to change stuff, you put in the work to influence the community. You put in work to influence your government. You lobby. You do the intellectual lifting. You educate your people. You bring your people together. It's your job to bring resources to your group. That's the one thing about the Black Manosphere I'm a little sometimes upset about, is that you have a lot of black men that want to hear a whole lot of hoorah, and then when it comes time to put in the actual effort and in the work, lacking. It's the same thing I see about people talking about the African community. You know, I'm into a lot of diasporing politics. You know, I see people like the brothers on Focus on Liberia. I watch Channel News, and I hear a lot about people, you know, like the Nigerian community. They have so many complaints about what's going on in Nigeria. Liberians are very similar. Ghanaians are similar, just like the black community. But when it comes to bringing our people to say, you know what, let's come to bring these solutions, and we're going to put these actions in that will change the issues of today. As black men, we feel like we're in the community. Black women don't respect us. We feel like the white men don't respect us. What can we do to bring riches to our brothers so that we can, and it's hard work. It's easy to get out there and complain about it and say what we're going to see in these women. That's easy. That's easy. Then you get canceled. Then you don't have nothing. Or you saying something crazy and you got to go back and work for the same folks that you're talking about that day. How do you bring resources to your people and say, you know what? And the thing I liked about the ancestors is they said, you know what? Right now we can't do X, Y, and Z, but the next generation will be able to do X, Y, and Z. And we're not doing that. We as a generation are not making it easier for the next group. We're not putting the work in to make sure that our kids have something like the baby boomers did. No, we're not doing that. We are not continuing the fight. And that's why we don't have anything with all these opportunities. Too much complaining about what's going on. And nobody wants to get out there and do something. And as men, we got to really look at that. Look at that. We got to stop complaining about what's happening and put in the work. It's not going to be easy. Give a reason for politicians to want to talk to you. Lawmakers don't want to talk to you. Ain't that what everybody else do? The Asians do? I remember it used to be free reign. And I always mention this. It used to be free reign on people from the Middle Eastern Islamic communities. Even if you were a black American and you're in Islam nation, during that time of, and I want to say the time of 9/11, it was free reign. 20 years later, you cannot say anything about people of Arabic descent, because some people said, no, listen, we're tired of being targeted. Same thing with the Asians and the coronavirus. Oh, they stopped that Asian hate real quick, because we got to play the game. We got to add value to our people. Then when people start saying, then we can say, okay, no, we don't want this. We want that as men, or we want that as a community. So they're trying to go the Kanye route, getting canceled from everything, not moving the ball forward to change. If you don't want to change the situation, people are going to rule over you. If you don't take the opportunities in your community, people are going to rule over you. And so we mad that they're ruling over us. Whoever the case, let's rule ourselves with our opportunities in our industries, with our people, how we treat each other every day. But if we're not gonna do it, then we need to be quiet about it. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. I'm out.